Hey everyone, it's Leslie Hassler here with Coaching for the Carpool. I am the owner, president of Your Biz Rules Business Coaching. We really specialize in helping mostly women entrepreneurs, although some smart men, in constructing a business that's sustainable, that grows, that's profitable, that's a joy to have. It really is possible. It can be done. It's just probably in building your business in a way that you've never thought about or no one's ever really shared with you. So that's what I do here in Coaching from the Carpool. I really try to share a lot of what I say came to me through the School of Hard Knocks, of being an entrepreneur for over 10 years, being a business coach for 4 of them, and helping many small businesses through the lifespan and their journey in entrepreneurship. This week is all about disaster recovery. All about disaster recovery. If you know of a small business and they're struggling with this, tag them, share it, just share it. I'm just really trying this week to have it be the biggest give I can give. I'm actually looking for partners in Houston that can help bring some business owners to the table so that I can give more, because this really is the best way I can give. I can give of my dollars, and I can give of my donations, and I can give of my time, but honestly, this is the gift that I have that just doesn't give for today, it gives for a really long time. And so if you know someone in Houston that's looking for a way to bring their small business community together, connect us. Definitely connect us. So having some great conversations in that area. Today I was actually called down one of my people that I know, small business owner who I highly respect, probably has received Women Business Owner of the Year before. In fact, if you have any promotional needs at all, I'd call Darlene Hyduke with Proline Supply. She's been one of my business partners as far as people that I use in my business, and she's never failed me. So her business is feeling the hurt just like everybody else's. And we were talking about what she's doing right now and looking to outreach that she's doing in her community, and she's doing exactly everything we talked about yesterday. And yesterday was really about vital statistics, right? If you think about, if you're hemorrhaging cash, which I saw a post today of somebody saying, I've lost thousands of dollars just this week. If you're hemorrhaging cash, that's the first place we've got to start in really disaster recovery for a small business, is your vital signs of getting a really good understanding about what your cash position is. Because cash, I know sometimes I get, not haters, but negative feedback for being a woman talking about money. I'm not going to stop talking about money, because it's in cases like this that you really see why it's so important to have a business that has a 3 to 6 month reserve of finances that can weather storms like this. Because the thing is, it's like Hurricane Harvey was this big. Recovery is going to take this long. It just does. I mentioned that my own business in Houston in 2008 went through Hurricane Ike, which was the 3rd largest damaging storm before Harvey. And Harvey is probably well surpassed even some of the other storms that were in number 1 and number 2. So it takes time. It takes time for business to come back, because we're not just talking about a single business. I've done a lot of breakdowns, rebuilds, turnarounds, been in a lot of different areas of small business when we're in this disaster kind of zone. And it's one thing when it's just your business and there's things you can fix. It's something completely different when it's your whole market, when it's outside of your control. And so in some ways, guys, the circumstances that created the disaster, yes, out of your control. How you respond to it is in your control, and it's really what I'm trying to get through to you this week. So again, if you know somebody in Houston or any of the Gulf Coast areas, or even some of the, as we're looking at Irma coming on board too, share this message out there so we can get as many people the help that they need Now, I'm not even charging for this. I'll answer questions. I mean, that's how big of a gift this is. Okay, so what's today's plan? You know, I was going to get you going, but I just in talking to people and in paying attention to conversations that are going on in Facebook, I felt like, okay, we're not ready to get going, and that's okay. I need to get you through grief. I need you to get pissed. I need you to be crying. I need you to, I'm an angry gal. I get angry first, then I cry. But I need you to go through grief. I need to get you to a place of saying goodbye to how your business was 2 weeks ago. Because it won't be the same. It shouldn't be the same. But you can't rely on what worked 2 weeks ago to drive your business forward. You definitely cannot wait and see. I know there's still physical recovery happening, and this is the hardest time because you're going to have to mentally recover as well, but you can do it. It is possible. So if today is really about, I want you to write down for your business. If you're in this disaster, you're seeing cash go out the door. I saw a post today of people not knowing how they were going to pay their commercial lease. I need you to get a little angry, and I need you to lay it all out there. Get a sheet of paper, write it down. Write down that you're sad about losing thousands of dollars this week, that you're frustrated, that there's nothing you feel like you can do about it, that, you know, darn it, we shouldn't be here. Whatever those thoughts are, I really need you to get them down on paper. There's lots of psychological reasons to be doing this, and I'm not the learning expert, but I do know it works. And the reason why I need you to get it out is because it needs to get out of here and here. It needs to get out of the heart for sure. Because I need a belief to come back in. I need some hope to come back in. I need some faith to come back in. I need the brain to be clear. I need the brain not to be saying but. I need the brain not to be focused on what you don't have today. And I need the brain not to be focused on what was yesterday. I need the brain to have room. Because really tomorrow we're talking about inventing a new business in a lot of ways. And your work is not going to be able to be done in the same way in which it was done. And you can wait for that to come back, or you can do something about it. And I'd rather open up our brains a little bit in order to get into the land of opportunity. I think one of the best gifts we've been given by God is the ability to create. I mean, look at what we can create positively. Look at the just sheer vastness of individuality, the sheer variety in business, and the sheer amount of success that is out there. So I need you to get back into the land of possibility, but you won't be able to do that if you're still worried about what was yesterday, if you're still worried about what you lost, if you're still worried about all of that stuff. And I know you're tired. My husband and I were talking about this after Ike. He goes, do you remember the recovery of Ike? And I'm like, no, not really. I was like, I kind of remember we ate and we drank a lot at the end of the day. And he's like, yeah, because we were exhausted and we were overwhelmed. And he's like, I just remember falling in bed. I don't even really mean feeling sleep. I just fell into bed. And I think that's what a lot of people are going through. So you've got this list. If you need a glass of wine, a beer, champagne, need to have your own little wake, have a little wake, write down everything that your business was, write down what you're grieving, write down what you're scared about, write down all the doubts right now. And then I want you to take it outside. I want you to get a lighter, something non-flammable, and I want you to burn it. Put it on your grill, put it in a metal bucket. I want you to burn it, and I want you to bless it and let it go. I'm asking a lot for a lot of people to kind of process that much grief that fast, but I need to give you permission to do it today. That's kind of what I felt like I needed to do, coming on board today is really give you permission to grieve it and give you permission to let it go. Because it's only then that we can actually get back into creation, if we're not always confronted with what used to be. And I can help in that space, and I think you can heal in that space, and you can reinvent in that space. I was trying to remember, I think it was from Jim Collins and Good to Great. I'm going to say Good to Great, when he talked about the formation of great businesses. And the formation of great businesses doesn't happen in good times, because good's the enemy to great. You should read Good to Great. Actually, I think Great by Choice is better. But that's the thing. Great businesses don't happen in good times. They actually happen in bad times, in times of turmoil, in times of tragedy. Because suddenly the problems become clearer and the path becomes clearer. This could be a great thing, but it's going to be only what you make of it. So it's your choice. You can turn it in, you can make, let's make some lemonade with our lemons. Coin another phrase, but this could be a great moment. I just need to get you over what it's not going to be first, so that you can really open it up and do the work that it's going to take. Because guys, it's going to take some work. You're going to have to let go of what you know. You're going to have to really play by some different rules and rewrite some rules in your business. You're going to have to make some tough decisions. My friend talked about the fact that she was supposed to bring on a brand new employee the day the storm hit. Nobody wants to let anybody go. And I'm not saying that you have to right now, but I'm just saying there's some tough decisions. And so I am here to support you. I'm here to help walk you through what those are, and doing them in the most humane possible way possible. I think that's key, is maintaining our humanity and our compassion and our connection. And you can do these things. You can do these things. And there's amazing ways what happens when you're looking for alternative solutions. So we're going to be talking about some new ways tomorrow, some new habits tomorrow. I am going to continue to encourage you to keep connecting. I am also going to encourage you to ask for the things you never thought you'd have to ask for, which for a lot of business owners might mean putting your pride aside. So if you're a commercial lease, if you've got a commercial lease and you're not going to be able to make your rent, get on the line. Call your property managers. You're not the only one. I think win-win opportunities can be crafted when both parts of the conversation are on board. You may find that you run up a situation where it's not, and that's not going to be what's going to happen. But ask. I mean, golly gravy, ask, because the most beautiful things happen with an ask, especially when they're crafted together. So sometimes it's nothing more. I know my clients like me to help give words to things, because sometimes you're like, well, how do I even say that? I was working with a client last night. How do I even say that? I'm like, oh, it's really easy. And part of it is it's easy for me to say it because it's not something I'm facing at this moment. But if it's that situation of calling up somebody that you're going to have a hard discussion with, just be honest and say, look, nobody thought this was going to happen. This is the situation that I'm here. This is not my intention. My intention is for this, but I'm finding that I need fill in the blank. Time. I need allowance. I need to restructure our agreement so that it can continue to be beneficial. If you think about it, anybody you're going to have this conversation with right now is probably hurting just as much as you are. So if that's why I say it has to be this win-win conversation. And I bring back in the what's in it for me is starting the conversation, really answering that question for them. What's in it for them? Like, why does it make good sense from a human level, from a business level, from a community level to do this agreement, right? And recognize what they'd be giving up. Make or find the opportunities for the win-win. All right, so don't be afraid to ask for what you think you need. Don't be afraid to not know what that is walking into the conversation. Don't be afraid to explore alternative solutions. And this is time for out-of-the-box thinking. If there was ever a time, it's now. And then just don't be afraid of the conversations. You've got to start having them. Unfortunately, that's why they call you the boss. And know that I know that's not always easy. So, your tough love for today. I do love you. My heart is hurting. You have been there. I know how hard it is. So it's not some Pollyanna sitting up here in Dallas telling you how the cow chewed the cabbage. I've walked this walk, and I don't want to see it take you years. The economy in those cities might take a little bit to come back. If we can accelerate your comeback, you'll be all the better for it. So that's it for today, guys. Ask me your questions. Don't be shy. If you don't want to put it out publicly, you can direct message me, and I think I do a pretty good job of maintaining confidentiality, so I can address the question without addressing the details, and be happy to share, because that's really what all this week is about. If you've got somebody that's in one of these areas, let them know this conversation is happening so that they can participate. They can check it out on my personal Facebook feed. I think they just stuck there. At least that's where they are when I go look at them. Or they can search for coaching from the Carpool. So that's it for today, guys. 5 minutes till 3. We're at the school. It is bright, and as Texas typically is when it's not raining. But this has been Leslie Hassler with Your Biz Rules Business Coaching, and we're coaching from the Carpool. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow, 2:30ish.